Good morning, 47. Your destination is the Shawshank State Prison facility just outside of Portland, Maine. Your targets are Shawshank warden Samuel Norton, an unsaintly man who preaches religious morals, and Byron Hadley, the brutal and thin-tempered captain of the guard. These two men are at the epicenter of a corruption scandal that recently began coming to light following the escape of longtime inmate Andy Dufresne. This convict somehow also slipped Norton's ledger to the authorities and even gave a copy, along with many personal notes, to our client, a banker named Randall Stevens, who issued this contract on Dufresne's behalf. Hadley is a man who will readily bestow the most brutal punishments possible for any minor infraction. In fact, Dufresne says that on his first night in Shawshank, he watched as Hadley brutally beat another new inmate to death with his baton because the man would not stop crying. Norton is a man who uses the fear of God to instill discipline in his inmates, yet breaks commandments on a daily basis himself. When Dufresne started giving prison staff financial advice, Norton realized he had a tool he could use. He began exploiting his inmates, using them as laborers for public works, and he made quite a tidy profit doing so, mainly from taking bribes and undercutting labor costs. He employed Dufresne to handle his money laundering. This arrangement suited Andy fine, but everything changed with the arrival of a young inmate named Tommy Williams. Williams claimed that during a previous incarceration, his cellmate, Elmo Blatch, claimed responsibility for a double homicide, the same one Dufresne was imprisoned for. Fearing that Andy would expose his crimes upon release, Norton had Williams shot dead by Hadley and framed his death as an escape attempt. Now Dufresne is out, and Stevens intends to make sure Norton and Hadley are punished for their crimes. That's where you come in. Your mission is to infiltrate the prison and eliminate Norton and Hadley to demonstrate that no one is above the law. As a side note, there will be a package waiting for you when you arrive. The contract contains a personal request from Dufresne that it be delivered to an inmate named Elias Redding. As you've probably guessed, he is not to be harmed. Norton and Hadley are every bit as vile as the inmates they keep. For their sake, I sincerely hope the Lord is as forgiving of mortal sins as they say, because we are not. I will leave you to prepare.